Alright farmers, it's DLC day. So this is the Hay and Forage Pack DLC. 17 pieces of equipment to help out with a bit of foraging for you. And some of these are absolutely brilliant. A couple of them got a nice little trick up their sleeves as well. Alright, what do you get in the pack? Well, first off, come down to your mods and DLCs, then there you'll see it, Hay and Forage Pack. So we've got all of this in here. We've got the Reform R Mettrack H75, the Rigitrack SKH60, the Reform R Mountie 110V, the Reform R Multi T8X. You then got the Reform R Tipper, the Reform R Prim Alpine. We then got the Brimeyer 29 EFI. That just looks awesome. You then got the Sepnoozle Tornado 306, the Sepnoozle Tornado 306 Plus, the Krone EasyCut F320 Highland, the Krone Vendro 820 Highland, the Krone Swadro S350 Highland, the Reuter, however you pronounce that, Respiro R3 Compact. You then got the Respiro R7 RD. You then got the Respiro R9 Profi. You then got the Pottinger Top 1403C, and then the Pottinger Jumbo 8450DB. So that's your pack. So we'll start off at the beginning with the first one, the Reform R Mettrack H75. So this is going to have a 75 horsepower engine, 24-mile-an-hour top speed, 103.5 grand to buy. Got a couple of different options on the wheel brands and the tyres, although it is just the brands. There's no change in that. You then got the option to change the main colour. You go for whichever one you want. Changes the main body of it, fair enough. We then got the Rigitrack SKH60. Again, this is going to have a smallish engine, 75 horsepower, 24-mile-an-hour top speed, 127.5 grand to buy. You've got the option to change the wheel setup from standard, twin wheels, or standard. Although that twin wheels, that looks awesome. Dear, oh dear. Then we go to the Reform R Mountie 110V. This is not an electric vehicle, that's just the name of it. 109 horsepower engine, which is probably where it gets the name from, to be fair. 24-mile-an-hour top speed, 121.5 grand. Then you've got the options to change the wheel brands and the tyres, although Michelin's gives it twin wheels. Oh, that looks ace as well. Oh, I like that. Then we move on to the next one, the Reform R, the I keep saying multi with that. Mully T8X, 109 horsepower, 31-mile-an-hour top speed, 126.5 grand to buy, although it does come with a couple of optional extras as you first start off from the shop. So there you are, that's your standard base one, 126.5 grand to buy. There's a couple of different options on your wheel bands and the tyres, although we've got rear twins if you wanted to. That's awesome, and you can have normal twins as well, but just with the rears. That's ace. You then got roof setups, you got standard, or you got that light bar part on the top. You then got beacon, yes or no, puts a light bar on. Front mounting, no. 3-point or no. I'd go with the 3-point, gives you options on that. And then main colour is as before. Then we come out of that and we've got the tipper, the actual back for the Mully T8X. So it's got a 2400 litre capacity on it, 6 grand, although it's got an optional extra at the start. Right, fair enough. Still, there you are. So it starts off, the cheapest one, the bale trailer, 6 grand. We then got front guard, which is still a bale trailer to be fair. You then got tipper, 2400 litre capacity. Tipper and front guard, still 2400 litre capacity. And then back to bale trailer. You can change the main colour. You go for whichever one you want. Then next up is going to be also for the Mully T8X, the Prim Alpine. So this is going to be a forage wagon back for it. 13,900 litre capacity, 30 grand. It's going to run at 10 mile an hour. You got the option of silage additive tank, yes or no. Puts that on the front. Main colour is going to be the mainframe. Fair enough. And then next to that, we've got something brilliant. This is awesome. The Brimeyer 29 EFI. That looks ace. I mean, I've seen pictures of these in real life, but that just looks awesome. Really does. 26 horsepower engine, 4-mile-an-hour top speed or working speed as well. 4.2 metre working width, 23.5 grand to buy. There's 2 options. Now, the mower is a 10 grand extra on it because you can have it as a windrower, which is 12.5 grand extra, or a mower. So the base price is 23.5 grand. The mower is 10 grand option. The windrower is 12.5 grand option, so really the mower is the base price one. It's a bit random, isn't it? If you've got to have one or the other, then All right, we'll carry on. You then got the Sep Neutral Tornado 306. Obviously, it's going to be a front-mounted mower, 3-meter working width, 52 horsepower requirement from your tractor. So the small ones in this pack are going to handle it nicely. 12.5 grand to buy. You then got options on lighting, no or yes. Puts those in the warning stripes there. We'll move on to the next one, the Tornado 306 Plus. Again, another 3-point mounted on the front, 3-meter working width, 13-mile-an-hour working speed, 65 horsepower requirement, 13.5 grand. No options, comes as it is. Then we'll move on to the next one, the Krone Easy Cut F320 Highland, 65 horsepower requirement again, 3.2 meter working width, 13-mile-an-hour working speed, 13.5 grand. Comes as it is. Fair enough. We'll move on to the next one, the Krone Vendro 820 Highland. Obviously, this is going to be a Tedder, 8.2 meter working width, 65 horsepower engine. Well, 65 horsepower requirement. Hasn't got its own engine, mind you. 9-mile-an-hour working speed, 17.5 grand to buy. Then we move on to the next one, the Krone Swadro S350 Highland windrower, 30 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 3.5 meter working width, 9-mile-an-hour working speed, 6 grand. I like them. I like them a lot. Then we move on to the next one. Now these are awesome. The Writer, yeah, we'll go with Writer. That's how I think it's pronounced. The Respiro R3 Compact, 90 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 3-meter working width, 12-mile-an-hour working speed, 26.5 grand. It's a windrower, and it's awesome. We'll move on to the next one, which is basically two of them put together. The Respiro R7 RD, 160 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 7-meter working width, 12-mile-an-hour working speed, 91 grand. These are ace. I must admit, these are ace. We then got the big boy of these three, the Respiro R9 Profi, 130 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 9-meter working width, 12-mile-an-hour working speed, 125 grand. You've got the option to change the tyres if you wanted to. Just the brands, to be fair. Fair enough, but that is awesome as well. This has got a trick up its sleeve. We'll get back to that in a minute. Then we'll move on again. We've got the Passenger Top 1403C. Again, big windrower, 14-meter working width on that one. 9-mile-an-hour working speed, 115 horsepower requirement from your tractor. 92 grand, although it has got a couple of optional extras on it, as standard from the shop. Right, okay, fair enough. A few different versions of tyres for you. You then got spare wheel, yes or no. Swath curtain, yes or no. Takes that away. Multitask. All right, puts those wheels on. All right, fair enough. This has got a trick as well, which is awesome. We'll come back to that in a bit. And then to finish it off, we've got the Passenger Jumbo 8450 DB. So obviously this is going to be a forage wagon, 47,300 litre capacity, requires 250 horsepower from your tractor, 10-mile-an-hour working speed, 86.5 grand to buy. It has got 15 grand optional extra, and that's the pickup. You can take that off. You don't have to have it as a forage wagon. You can just have it as a trailer. It's still only going to do your forage crop, mind you. Just bear that in mind. Fair enough. That's all right. Usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. We then got billboard. We'll spin it around the back like that. That's that picture on the back. Have it? Yes or no. We then got cover on the top. Yes or no. Oh, nice little plexiglass one on the top. Yeah, ace. Then we'll come down the silage additive tank. Yes or no, puts it on the front there. So that's your pack. Now, let's get and have a look at them. Now we'll go to the first one. So we've got the first Reform R. There we are, the H75. Now, a couple of different things on here. So we'll start it up. First off, you got the toggle steering modes. You can have toggle steering mode all-wheel steering. Fair enough. You can then have front wheel steering only. You can then have back wheel steering only. That's all right. And then you can have crab left, crab right, and then back to all-wheel steering. But also, if we zoom in, RB and right stick, you can move the front 3 points. Oh, that's all right. That's all right indeed. Then we got the Rigitrack SKH60. That looks ace with the twin wheels all round. So we'll start up again. You got the same options on the steering modes as well. So you got the all-wheel steering, front, rear, crab left, crab right, and all-wheel steer. You can also move the front 3 point as well, which is awesome. We then got the Reform Mountie 110V. Again, we'll start it up. Same options on the steering modes. So you got all-wheel steer, you got front wheel, you got rear wheel, you then got crab left, crab right, and then standard, and then also the movement of the front 3 point lift. So So 3 points. Looks like it. Alright, fair enough. So then we've got the Reform Molly T8X. Obviously, this has got the 2 backs next to it. You can do the same on the steering wheel. You got all steer, front wheel, left, right, and then back to all-wheel steering. Obviously, you got the light bar on the top as well. This is awesome. Now, these go onto, well, underneath these two. So you've got the tipper there, then you've got the forage wagon there, then we've got this, the Breiheimer. That's awesome. Then we've got the front mowers, they ace, windrowers, windrowers, windrowers. These are all awesome. Now, let's get to see some in action. So obviously, the tractors are the tractors, they're fair enough. But the real things come into these mowers. Obviously, you know, you got that backs onto that. That's a forage wagon, jobs are good. And let's get some mowers on the go. So first up, we've got the old Broughheim. So we'll go into it. You jump into the vehicle as normal. Now, you got the third person, and you also got the all in-cab, even though it's not an in-cab, because it's a sort of walk behind things. You start it up. Now, when you get it from the shop, it is lowered already. So lift it up. Obviously, then you move around. No problem. It's a lot better. Now, we'll do LB and X, turn it on, lower it down, and then away you go. Shop in the grass. Now, what you can do this, you do LB and up on the D-pad, you can jump on. Oh, it's like a little Segway. It's a Segway mower. Oh, that is awesome. It looks brilliant, and you can ride on it as well. I love it. Now, just a quick note before we go on to the next part. Obviously, you can't lift the tool if you're stood on it, so you do need to get off, and then you can lift the tool up. That being said, though, that still looks ace. I love it. And also, we've got the windrower version of the Brillmeyer. I hope that's how you pronounce it. So, same sort of thing. Ride on. Spiked wheels, that just looks awesome. Now, again, obviously it comes out the shop, you do need to lift it and then lower it. Obviously you can't lift it whilst you're sat on it. Just bear that in mind, it will lower it down, but you can still ride on it as well. But this, obviously it's a windrower, it's ace. You got the option to change the work mode. You have it put out to the left or to the right. Yes, that's ace. So if we turn it on, you can see the conveyor belt will go along, and it's all banging it out to the side. And you think, no, I don't want to go that way. I've gone the wrong way. So we should just toggle the mode. Now go out to the right. Oh, that is awesome. I love that little ride on. Look how fast we go. 7 miles an hour. That's alright. Right, so next up, we're going to take a look at the Respiro R3 Compact. Again, another little windrower. It is a front-mounted one. It won't work if you're going backwards, because obviously it's all going to go in there and then on that belt. So if you're going on the back of your tractor, it's not going to work properly. So just bear that in mind. So we'll do it as usual. Turn it on. It's going to the left. You can obviously go RB and left stick. It will stop and then spin the other way. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Right, let's lower it down. Do a bit of windrowing. Oh, look at that. That is ace. I love it. Right, so next up is the Respiro R7RD. Now, it does come like that, so if you attach it, you can fold it up for transportation. But once it's folded up, you can't detach it either. So when it's in that position like that, you can't detach it. It's not allowing us. You need to unfold it first. Just bear that in mind. But this does have an ace trick up its sleeve. Now, if we do RB and left stick, so we've currently got work mode set left. It's going to shoot it all out to the left. Then you've got right. Then you got outside. Yeah. Now this is another front mounted windrower. I've got it on the back for some reason. Alright, we'll just do it reversing, why not? So then we'll do it like that. And you are going to need a bigger tractor than the ones in the pack that we have today. So we'll then do that. We'll lower it down. We've now got it set on outside. It's going to pick up everything and obviously chuck it out the way. Oh, that's ace. And if we wanted to, we'll go a little bit further back. There we are, like that. And if you wanted to change that, we'll go left. So it's all going to shoot it out the other way. That's brilliant. Oh, love it. Right, we've now got the Respiro R9 Profi. Now, this is obviously the big boy of these. I'm going to say new versions of the windrowers. They're ace. So again, you need to unfold it. And again, this has got a trick up its sleeve, I must admit. I think this may be my favourite windrower of them all. I mean, that mower, the Broughheimer, looks ace. But this is brilliant. So you got the work modes again. So currently it's going to chuck it all into the middle like a nice normal windrower. You can then change that to chuck it all out to the left, chuck it all out to the right, or chuck it all out to the outside like the previous ones, or just go for the middle. That's ace. Absolutely ace. So we'll turn it on, we'll lower it down, and away we go. This is a rear mounted one, so obviously you're going to need a bigger tractor for that. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Come that way like that, and we'll spin it back around. We'll change the work mode. We'll go for, what should we go for? Left? Yeah, we'll go for left. I just like the way the belts just stop and then move. Then you go for the outside ones, you're just chucking it all outside or into the middle. That's ace. That is absolutely ace. Now I've got the map on. Get rid of that. There we are. That's better. So we're going to put it all out to the left now. So you come up to it like that. There we are. So once you get to it, you're just going to chuck it all out to the left. No messing. That is brilliant. Right, next up is the Passenger Top 1403C. Now you may be thinking it's just a windrower, and it is to a degree. But this has got a little trick up its sleeve. Obviously you fold it out like normal, no problem. Yeah, that's great. But you can adjust it on the move. Now we got it there like that, so it's all folded out. We'll turn it on, we'll lower it down. Now if you're coming up to a hedge and you think, oh, I'm a bit close, if you do LB and right stick left and right, you can move it in. Oh, that's a bit too far out. Oh, no, I'll move it in. Now, if you do RB and right stick left and right, because you're up against the other hedge, move that one in. That is brilliant. And obviously you just go through and it's going to put it into a nice little pile for you. That is awesome. Move the outside bits as you're going. Brilliant. The last thing we're going to have a look at today in depth, because let's face it, got a couple of tractors and you got a couple of mowers. They work like they would normally expect them. That's fine. Is this the Molly 8, was it TAX? I never remember the name of that. So what we're going to do with this is going to put the forage wagon back on it like that. It's a little bit of a cheaty option, to be fair. Oh, I've got the twin wheels on the back, haven't I? It's a bit wider getting in. There we are. Hook that up. Then because we've gone for the front link on it as well, we're going to hook up a mower like that. Then we got a mowing and collecting setup all together. Oh, that's ace. That's ace indeed. So we'll unfold the mower. Yeah, nothing, I'm going to say nothing special about the mower. It is a mower at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't want to do him any injustice, but let's face it, it's just a mower. We'll turn it on. We'll lower it down. There you are. We'll then go to the back part. We'll unfold the wagon like that. We'll then turn that on and lower that down. And away we go. We're cutting, we're collecting. Oh, that's ace. Cut and collect all in one job. That is easy. Just makes it so easy. I mean, yeah, you're not getting loads of field coverage. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time because let's face it, it's only like a 3 metre working width on the head, mind you, but it's done. It's done. It's cut. It's gone straight in the back of that forage wagon. Easy. Love it. So that's your hay and forage pack. Now, to be fair, when I first heard the announcement of it, you know, being hay and forage and whatever, I thought, oh, is it going to be one of those packs that's, you know, just a little bit of the same old, same old? And some of it is, you know, you have got a couple of pieces that, yeah, you already got in-game, a couple of mowers, and they are little tractors and whatever, but some of the bits are awesome. I mean, being able to move the outer ones on that windrow is ace. Being able to change the work modes on these. Just that outside, inside, left, right, that's brilliant. Really is. I mean, like that one there, mounts on the front, left and right, job's a good one. I mean, that's just ace. That's a nice little easy job all in one. But I think the big one for me is these two. The Bromeyer. They are just absolutely awesome. I mean, look at the state of it. Absolutely ace. Walk behind mower, yeah, you're not going to get things done quick because it only sort of mows at 4 miles an hour, but the look of it is just ace. It's something completely out of the left field. I mean, I know they are a real thing in real life, but still, when you first get to use one, it just looks ace. And I say 100% just get the pack for this on its own. It's awesome. Oh, love it. So that's your Hay and Forage DLC for you. Now, if you've got Year 2 Season Pass, it is part of all that, so you should get the option to download the extra part for you, no problem. If you haven't got the Year 2 Season Pass and you want to get it, there's a link below if you're on PC, and also a link below for the standalone pack if you want to get that separately. Now, just click on it, and obviously it goes to help the channel out at no extra cost to yourself. Very nice. So drop it in the comments below. What's your favourite part of this pack? We'll see what people are looking at. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.